Hi guys, it's Clarice, and today's tutorial I'm going to show you guys a couple of different variations of greenery or leaves or enhancers, as I like to call them, that you can add to your florals. And this is just going to be like in they're going to be in varying colors, so I'm trying to refrain from calling them greenery. The colors I've picked are, so this is like a forest hunter green. This is a brighter green, like a baby green almost. I have a brown, and then I have a yellow. And you can, I mean, I have these variations in colors just because I like to show the transitions and kind of add two colors at the same time and just kind of make it a little more two-dimensional. But if you prefer to just use one color and just go with that, totally up to you. But these are my my go-tos for greenery or enhancers when I do my florals. So brushes, I'm using number 4 in the silver black velvet. I have a number 2. And then I want to try this angular brush, but I feel like it's a little bit too big for this surface, but let's see where this takes us. So we'll just kind of go with the flow and see, because I am working on a small space here because I want to make this a quick tutorial and just show you guys something really quick and easy that you can do. All right, so let's begin. To begin with, I am going to start off with the easiest kind of leaf or greenery that you can do in a very loose manner. And I'm going to be using my forest green. I'm just going to take the colors straight away from here and work right off this. And so to start off with, I'm just going to do the stem. And because this is a loose style again, it's fine if you're not connecting the whole thing fully, like if there's a break in it, because it is loose. And then I'm just going to extend and do these little branches, but they're not exactly straight per se. And let's do a couple more here. All right, I can add some brown in here as well, just to give it, while it's still wet, to give it that 2D look that I mentioned in the beginning. All right, and now I'm going to do the leaf part. And so all I'm doing is I'm creating tiny leaves. And you're just kind of, how do I explain this? You're very lightly using your tip and dragging the rest of your brush down. And you want the leaves at the top to be smaller than the leaves at the bottom. So I'm going to do my best, because the brush size also matters in what you can achieve unless you're super detailed when you're doing this sort of thing. I'm going to add some of the bright green now. It became a little bit too bright, so I'm going to go back and add the forest green. If you have a palette and you want to mix your greens, if you're very specific about or detailed about how your leaves turn out, I like to see variations in green, so I don't mind the you know, suddenly bright, suddenly dark kind of effect. It's just the loose style of painting, and it should be relaxing, not stressful that your colors don't match, and it should be pretty to look at least to you. All right, so these are one style, so that's the basic style that you can do. And I'm going to show you the other one soon. Give me a second to just come to a conclusion that I really like. There we go. Let's leave it at that. So that's one. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see better. And then for the next one, we're going to do something more like the eucalyptus style of leaf. And for that, we're going to do, they're like a very dull green, almost like a gray. I might not get the color down packed, but you know, let's try. So I'm going to do the stem in a brown. And I'm literally just going to do this. So you want to get it as thin as possible and just do a flourish that way. And then once you have that, you can go to your green. I'm going to use this green. And they're very like round, ovally kind of leaves, and they just kind of protrude on the sides. So you're just doing shapes like that. And so you're just trying to achieve that oval look. And some of them almost look like they're flat, so it's okay if you have a flat looking leaf that way. I'm just adding extra color at the tips so it adds some variation. And you literally just go all the way down with this. Okay, now because the stem is brown, I'm going to go back in my brown and very lightly with the tip just kind of introduce a brown and extend it to the stem. So you see how it kind of pulls the damp color from the green and kind of blends in with the stem. You want that effect so then it looks more wholesome. And so that's my version of the eucalyptus style. You can work on the colors and perfect that even more and get maybe more of a gray. Just for the sake of showing you how it's done, I've just selected very like few colors. So that's why we're doing this. For the third one that I'm going to do, it's going to be very much like fern. I want to say a fern. And so for that, we're just drawing the stem. And I'm mixing some of the green. And I'm just lightly drawing the areas where I know I'm going to be doing the fern leaves, so to speak. So I'm mixing both my dark and my light greens right here. And I'm just going to lightly dab. And you just want to keep on doing that throughout. And you can get more water and add that to the saturated color. And then it gives you variations of the color. You can dip back into the bright green, add a little more bright green, and you just want to keep on dabbing. So these are kind of fun and relaxing to do, just mainly because they're so, I think it's fascinating to see it come about. And they're also kind of relaxing to do because it's repetitive and you're just not overthinking the whole process, and you are coming up with like a really cool pattern. So you just keep on doing the dabbing. And keep on and on and on. I'm not telling you which brushes I'm using as I go along. I've mentioned already which brushes in the beginning that I would be using for this. They're essentially pretty much the same, just variation in sizes, so it doesn't really matter which one you end up using. I'm just using it, they're smaller round brushes just so that I can get the point and for the sake of space. Alright, so this is how I do that, and what I like to do is just towards the edges where they consolidate, I just want to go in with a darker color to kind of indicate shadow. And we're good to go. So that's that. And then for the last one, my fourth and final, I like to do something like this. So I'm using the lighter color and I'm just going to draw that line in and then just lightly get some yellow. Now with this, it's a little different than when you do these leaves, because with these leaves you kind of hold down and then pull it in and it gives you that leaf shape. But for these you want thinner extensions, so you want it to be more consistent. There's no thick to thin, it's just thin throughout. And I'm going to start small at the top and then just make it larger as you go down. And by adding the yellow, you're kind of getting that variation. I messed up here because this looks like a proper leaf, but it has to be consistent. So add some green to the tip if you must, and just give it that nice direction. So you see how that looks? Stunning, right? So it's like more of a tropical leaf that you have going on. And yeah, so these are my 4 that I like to do just to add a variation in shapes and colors when I do florals. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It wasn't very long now, was it? Thanks so much, guys, for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to jot that down below in the comment section. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I am ever available there if you have any comments or suggestions, or even if you want to show me your work. I love seeing your work. I love hearing how you guys are not just learning, but more like coming about with your paintings, just because some of you have shown me some of your stuff and it's way better than what I've done. And so I'm also learning in the process. So please, guys, engage. I love hearing from you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will chat soon. Bye!